It's only about 50 metres away, so I think I'll just walk briskly and purposefully. They don't seem to have noticed me so far, so that's a good thing. I'm not sure how to turn this around because I haven't got my glasses on. It's not very helpful. Anyway, that's where I'm headed. The lovely folk of Port Melbourne have given me a set of stairs very kindly, because my knees are not enjoying this a lot. Okay, up I go. I guess it's too big to be shoplifted, so they're not that concerned. Okay, I just want to acknowledge that I'm on a Wabakul and Warramai lands, and that these lands were ceded, never ceded, that they were stolen, and I'm taking this action because it's the extractivism of the empire. Oh my gosh, look at that. The First Nations people have, sorry, that was really puffy, have struggled and have been amazingly staunch in their resistance to this massive land gobbling piece of machinery. Not seeing a lot of ways up from here. I'm just going to have a look around. I would like to acknowledge that I'm on this land, and I pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. Okay, I've got a little climb, so I'm hopefully going to be able to turn this around somehow. Nope, not that one. I'll just stand in the shadows for a bit longer. I might have to hop over a fence here. Maybe one of you helpful people can tell me where I find the turnaround button so I'm not constantly on selfie. Okay, I'm just turning my phone around so you can see that I've got a bit of a gap to cover here, and I'm just going to do it by climbing up through there. Okay. Hopefully that'll work. Okay, that was the lock on. Through I go. I don't know how seasickening this is for you guys, but okay. On with the backpack. And picking up my 600 weight of snack bars. I think I'm looking at a lot of moving parts here. Anyway, this is part of a stacker reclaimer, and they're the giant machines that move the coal around. And this is the coal, the 1% of world's coal production from the biggest port in the world that is currently contributing massively and ceaselessly to total climate collapse. Even stopping the port just for a couple of hours is an excellent thing to do. Okay. Not quite sure how I'm going to get over that. I think I'm near the munchie wheel. Can you guys see that? So my next trick is to get over this gate and find something solid to lock onto. I just need to okay, bag goes over, bag is over, legs are going up. Oh, gates open. Hilarious. Okay. That was really funny. Things aren't always as complicated as I think they are. I still haven't seen a red button. I was told there were many red buttons to push. And I guess in a way, that's really what I urge everybody who can possibly take non-violent direct action is to start pushing the red buttons on this system, because this system is killing us. This system has never worked. It's only worked for that very small percentage of people who are so addicted to their profits that they can't stop themselves. So that even while the world is burning or flooding, or take your pick of what kind of weather event you want to have, even while that's happening, these people are not stopping. These companies are not stopping. And our government has not stopped mining. So onwards. I'm looking for red buttons. I hope you are too. Okay, on we go. Oh, look. Here's a little cabin. Maybe there's a button in there. There is a button in there. Looks like a console. Looks like lots of buttons. Okay. Pick my lock-on spot. Okay, I think maybe I'm going to do an office occupation. Let's see if this opens. And it does. How good is that? Very comfortable. Okay. Somebody's cozy posy. bag. What else do I need in here? Okay, so I'm just going to start pushing all of these buttons. Sweet Jesus! So many buttons. Who knows what they're for? Oh, there's one marked heater. I'll switch that on. Travel east, travel west. We won't worry about the radio. I have no idea what any of those are. Stops. Okay, I can see someone headed in this direction. So without much further ado, I put myself in position. I just want folks to know that this is a very comfortable place, and let's see what happens. Okay, so there we are. Might take them a while. I don't know. I've probably pushed too many black buttons and not enough red buttons. Anyway, here's the thing, pedal heads. We're in a climate and ecological emergency, and seriously, unless you've had your head under a rock, you'll know that. I think some people are really scared to take action. I'm here to tell you that it's possible to be really scared and to still take action. Do you know what? I missed the biggest button. It was right behind me, and it's the emergency stop. So there's a really good chance that I've pushed the emergency go. I guess worse things happen at sea. Anyway, I can see a coven of secchies down there, so I haven't got much longer. Yeah, so just transition. So, you know, just move from one form of consuming to another form of consuming. And the thing is, we just can't do that. We've already sucked pretty much everything we can out of this earth. We need to change. We seriously need to change our thinking about what's going to be possible. We need to change our sense of we can have what we want exactly when we want it. We need to change our sense of, this goes for me too, my sense that I'm somehow bigger than the environment that I live in, that I'm somehow separate from it. There was a mate I was talking to yesterday who was saying, there was this really excellent quote, we are not the people who are defending the earth, we are the earth defending itself. And I loved that. I just thought, that is it. We've somehow forgotten that we are part of this. And it's not just somehow, it's been, I have to say, I reckon it's been encouraged. We've become isolated little units of consumerism, really, give or take a bit. I think maybe I haven't pushed enough buttons, so what I might do is just have a quick slip of the hands. Quickly slip my hands out of this. Maybe there's no quick. Excellent, they work. And I'm going to go and push that big red emergency stop button. cotton, and then I'm going to invite you to a cup of tea. I think that might have been fun. So I've been sitting here with my hands in the artificial insemination position, talking to you and having a very nice time, but completely unnoticed. So I say, push the stop buttons, push the red stop buttons, the big ones. Where to from here? Okay, so it's pretty clear that there's going to be, a degree of so I might need to find a torch or something. Not that I need for you all to see my face, but that's a little bit Blair Witch, isn't it? Yeah, okay, so we're all comfortable now, and sorry I can't pour you a tea. So, where was I? Climate collapse. Increasing weather events, food shortages, so, droughts, floods, food shortages, water shortages. It's kind of, you've lived through droughts, but not like there has been, and not like there has been in some African countries, and not like there will be here. Those are things that absolutely can cause social chaos, and I think that's one of the things that I find incredibly concerning, is that we are in no way preparing ourselves for that. The government is, it says we've got this, leave it to us, we're doing a slow transition because otherwise everybody will hurt. Well, the reality is, if we don't stop mining, everybody's going to be hurting a far lot worse if we don't manage to slow down this collapse, if we can. Things are just going to go to shit. I think about my granddaughter and I wonder what are the things that I can teach her. She's about 2.5. What are the things that I can teach her that will stand her in good stead in that kind of chaotic future that I can see coming at us? I think, for myself, I believe that along with activism, we need to be creating the future that we would like to see happen. So it was collective organisation that got me here. Sorry, I just had to stop and listen because I can hear people coming. Was collective organisation that got me this is a single person action, but it's not an alone action. And I think that we need to learn to work more collectively. I think that's one of the things that will really carry us through, that if we practice those principles, we will start to create a way of living that... Sorry, I'm just really distracted by a whole bunch of weird noises that I can hear outside. I really don't want to see this earth destroyed in the way that it's going to be destroyed, but I don't know how that is not going to happen unless we take a crowbar to this system and prise it open and rethink it, reimagine it, things just need to be different. Well, be one of those things where it's, what if you held a revolution and no one came? I'm just scanning around the coal port and the morning sunrise. Sorry, I'm just watching a couple of workers outside checking. These are not the people who have the... they're not shareholders in this company. They're not, obviously not making the same amount of money as the obscenely wealthy people who mine the coal. So, good morning.
All right.
They've
Please be aware that I am filming this conversation.
Yes.
I am Robert Baker.
Hi, Robert.
At present, I'm a representative in charge of Port Operations Coal Services.
Yes.
You are on private property.
Yes.
You do not have permission to be here and you are trespassing. Your presence here is causing a serious risk to your own safety and that of others. As such, it is unsafe for us to continue with our business activity while you are at this location. Do you understand that you are currently interrupting our business operations by having this entire business shut down?
This entire business is interrupting the world's
Do
capacity
you
to
understand
survive.
that by interrupting these operations you may be causing the company a financial loss?
These operations are causing a loss of biodiversity and global warming and risk to the eventual survival of humanity.
As the Port Waratah representative, I'm currently requesting you leave the premises. If you fail to do so, I may ask the police for assistance, which I've already done so. Do you understand that?
Do you understand what this coal is doing to the world? Do you understand what the continuing mining and exporting of coal is doing? Do you care about your kids? Do you have kids? So anyway, I'm not really sure what I can say that is any different. The summary is we are living in a system that's not designed to work. I bloody washed my plastic bags, I changed my light clothes, I walked rather than rode in the car. Not much changed. I recycled my garbage, not much changed. I signed petitions, I've stood on street corners, I've joined marches, I've engaged in, social media activities, and we're putting more CO2 in the air than ever. And this is in the face of scientific knowledge that we're going to hell in a handcart. Anyway, so all of that, and now there's nothing left to do except non-violent direct action. And by pushing the big magic red stop button, and they're really visible. So I reckon if you look around, you'll probably see a few industry stop buttons. That seems to have worked. So at least for a very short while, this company is not making the same amount of fucking obscene profits that it normally makes. The only thing that I can think of at the moment is that hopefully in the chaos on the way down the slide of, ecological disaster, there'll be enough space to reimagine our relationships with each other and with the environment. There was one little moment during COVID, and I do tend to agree with Norman Swan that COVID is part of that pandemic is part of climate collapse. There was this really brief moment in the thick of it where people kind of popped up their heads and went, oh, we can do without 12 plastic Barbie castles. We do look after our neighbours. We do care about the people around us. And that lasted a very short space of time. And then what happened, to the best of my memory, was that on the telly there were lots of people talking about business as usual. Let's get back to business as usual. If we want our economy to survive, we have to consume. And after 2 weeks of, having a little moment to stop and think about things, it seemed like the majority went right back to consuming, and we can't do that. We can't do 3.5% growth annually. There's just not enough stuff to make more stuff. Anyway, this particular system is not listening to us, and so go back to the red buttons. It's just amazing seeing these piles of coal around me. I would have loved to have had a crack at climbing up on one. I don't know what the view would be like from there. It's one thing that I found pretty shocking and frightening was the video footage that I was shown of other non-violent activists being what to me looked like being punched. They were definitely being dragged off the road, but it looked like some people were also taking the opportunity, some blokes were taking the opportunity to land a few extra blows on as this kind of truckie pulled some of our friends off the road. And I just find that appalling. And I don't know whether it was because, I don't know what it is that means that people have so lost the connection with each other. That means it feels okay to just lay into someone who's peacefully protesting. It concerns me that my granddaughter is coming into a world that has that in it. It is really an amazing sense of entitlement of I can do what I want when I want. I can, yeah. I'm not generally a particularly talkative person, so I'm finding this a bit stressful. I tell you what, one of the things that changed my, there's a few things that changed me from, washing my plastic bags, as I call it. It was more than that, but, and that was living through the bushfires. So living in the Bega Valley and in the Black Summer, those bushfires were beyond belief. And we didn't lose our house. We evacuated 6 times. The 6th time the fireys had come past and they said, the fire's going through your lounge room tomorrow. Get out of here. And so we left and we went up to a climate rally in Canberra and just went, well, if we get back and there's a house, there's a house. But I can tell you that being evacuated and sharing the Bega Valley showground in that thick midnight dark daytime smoke with hundreds of panicked people in their cars, horses that were just, screaming and dogs and other pets completely panicked. Everybody was doing their best, but we weren't prepared at all for what it was. And I remember sitting on the bleachers at, I don't know, it must have been 3 o'clock in the morning. And there were floodlights and I was reading a book and I had to blow the ash out of each page as I turned it. And the falling of the black leaves and, oh God, it was unbelievable. And I know that this is just the beginning of that stuff. It's not the end of it. It's only going to get a lot worse. Hey, we have company. Shall we invite them to a cup of tea?
How you going, mate?
Good, thanks. How you doing?
Bit tired from that walk. Yeah, okay, I can see you got yourself in a bit of a pickle.